Hello everyone, I welcome you back in physics classes. Dear students, I hope that you enjoyed your term 1 examination which were totally online. Dear students, if you remember, then we have studied up to unit number 7, that is dual nature of matter and radiation. In that we have studied about dual nature of matter and dual nature of radiation. We have studied about a very important particle, light particle called as photon. Dear students, the rest mass of photon is always zero and it travels with the velocity of light. Okay, because it is a light particle. And then we have studied a very important equation called as a photoelectric equation. And dear students, Mr. Einstein, okay, he was a great scientist. He has given so many theories like theory of relativity, but he got Nobel Prize for photoelectric effect. Okay, so this question is very important for your competitive as well as from examination point of view, that Albert Einstein got Nobel Prize for which topic? So your answer should be photoelectric effect. So after unit number 7, now today we are going to start unit number 8, that is atom and nuclei. Students, you are well aware about atom, its properties and everything about basic things about atom, as you have studied it in chemistry from standard 9th. Okay, you are studying about atom from standard 9th in your chemistry. Again and again you are revising the same properties of atom in every class. Okay, so you know that who has given concept of atom first, means the first model was proposed by J.J. Thomson, and the model which was given by J.J. Thomson is also called as plum pudding model. Students, this plum pudding model and alpha scattering experiment, this has been deleted from your syllabus because you have studied already in your chemistry. Okay, so you can revise these for basic knowledge, and today we are going to start a very important model that is called as Bohr's model of atom. Students, as you know that Bohr's model of atom, it contains 4 postulates, and these 4 postulates are very important to understand the Bohr's model of atom. Okay, so first postulate is an atom has positively charged core called as nucleus. This you know already, that in atom there is positively charged core and we call it nucleus, and we suppose that whole mass is concentrated in this nucleus only. Second, electron can revolve in only those energy levels in which angular momentum is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. Students, electrons revolve around the nucleus. You know that inside the nucleus there is proton and neutron, but electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, and now question is that in which energy levels it can revolve? Can it revolve in any energy level? So no, it can revolve in only those energy levels where angular momentum L is equal to integral multiple, means multiplied by n, h upon 2 pi, where you know that h is your Planck's constant. Its value is 6.6 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joule second. Third postulate is an electron revolve around the nucleus with definite energy in circular path. Now in which path it is moving? So obviously the electron is moving in a circular path, and the levels in which it is moving, we call it as stationary states. Okay. Number 4, fourth postulate is an electron emits energy in the form of photon. Obviously it will emit energy in the form of light energy, and light consists photons, so it emits energy in the form of photons when it jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. Means whenever electron is jumping from higher energy level to lower energy level, it will emit energy. It will emit energy, it will emit light, and light consists photon. That's why it is said that it is emitting photons. Okay, whenever it will jump from higher energy to lower energy. Students, now questions are coming on the basis of Bohr's model of atom, like find expression for radius of hydrogen atom in first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, or so on. Okay, and they may ask question about the energy of hydrogen atom. So today we will study about the expression for radius of hydrogen atom, and tomorrow we will study about its speed and energy. Okay, so let us start with very first topic, which is based upon your Bohr's theory, that is Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom. Students, hydrogen atom consists of a nucleus, and you know that nucleus has a positive charge and electrons are revolving around it, and electron has negative charge. So positive charge and negative charge is there, and you know that every charged particles are attracting each other or repelling each other with a force that is called as Coulomb's force. So here we will apply formula for Coulomb's force. Just try to remember what is the formula for Coulomb's force. If you remember, that it is F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square, where R is your radius of nucleus, Q1 is your plus E and Q2 is your minus E. Means plus E charge of nucleus, minus E charge of electron. Okay, so when you will put this value, plus and minus, minus, E and E square. Okay, so F is equal to minus E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Students, if we will take its magnitude only, because negative sign is just representing that it is for electron, if we will take magnitude only, then it will be F is equal to E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Okay, but you know that whenever anything, any object, any electron is moving in a nucleus, then there will be existence of centripetal force. Centripetal force means the force required to set a body in a circular path. Okay, so centripetal force expression is mv square upon r. Students, now here also force is there, here also force is existing. So both forces will be equal and opposite. So equating both. So these forces you need to equate, mv square upon r, E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So from here you can see, you will calculate the value of v square and you are getting equation number 1. Very simple mathematics, you just have to cancel the terms which are cancelling and calculate the value of v square. Okay. Now what Bohr is saying, we are talking about Bohr theory, so it is very important to include Bohr's theory. So Bohr is saying that L is equal to NH upon 2 pi, and L means angular momentum. If you remember in +1 you have studied that L is equal to R cross P. Okay, and P is equal to mv, so L is equal to mvr and h upon 2 pi. From here you can calculate the value of v, m and r will go down. So V is equal to NH upon 2 pi mr. Give it equation number 2. Students, in equation number 1 you can see we have calculated V square. In equation number 2 we have calculated V. Okay. So this V value we can put back in equation number 1. Then put back means V square. So you will take NH 2 pi mr whole square. So when you will square, then it will be n square h square, 2 2s are 4, pi square m square r square equal to E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught mr. Cancel the terms which can be cancelled and find out the value of r. Once again, a very simple mathematics. So you will get the value of r this, that r is equal to n square h square epsilon naught upon E square pi m. All these quantities are constant, only n square is varying, means n is the orbit. So r is directly proportional to n square. Very important for your MCQs also, that radius of hydrogen atom is directly proportional to square of orbit, number of orbits. Okay, so radius of innermost orbit means first orbit. So put n is equal to 1. So if n will be equal to 1, 1 square 1, that means r will be h square epsilon naught upon m E square pi. So students, this was all about your Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom for radius only. Okay, as I told that in your next lecture, means tomorrow, we will study about the speed and kinetic energy of hydrogen atom, means expression for energy of hydrogen atom. And this is very important for exams, because many times they are asking in exam this type of questions that find expression. Okay, and for calculating expression, as I told you earlier also, that you need to cram some expressions, you need to cram some formulas, which is a part of study. Okay, so I hope you understood my today's lecture. If still you have any query, then feel free to ask me. Okay, so I hope that your exams were very nice, term 1 exams which were totally online, and all those units, means from unit 1 to unit 7 except unit 6, all are clear to you. So students, keep on revising previous work also. Okay, so do write in your notes notebook. Thank you. Have a good day.